app.
Donations come in many forms: a sustaining monthly contribution, a one-time gift, even that extra vehicle you no longer need. Learn more about the advantages of donating a vehicle. You'll help power public radio. Visit kawc.org/cars for more information and to start your donation today. And thanks.
What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon.
On today's program, we are joined first by Brooke Ferguson and Scot Bruce. Bruce is a longtime Elvis tribute, and he is going to get his shake rattling and rolling. He brought his guitar. He's going to do something for us, as well as Margarita. She's part of the Paranormal Cirque that's happening tonight. Yes, that's happening tonight. You're going to have to wait for Scot Bruce, though. That's going to be March 13th. That's going to be a Friday. Find out how to get tickets. So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM
and streaming online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. You can also view our show on the Border Radio Facebook page and the KAWC YouTube page. And don't forget, you can reach out to us by email at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Chili from Philly. Nick Papa Giorgio from Yuma.
Johnny Show! What's up, Yuma? What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon.
And Victor reminded me earlier, I could bring this up. We didn't have the show yesterday, obviously. Took the day off because we were at the Q over there, the Kachan Casino Resort. And it's because it was Yuma's Best, and they had their award ceremony. And yes, the show got, and it's only been on since June 30th, so it's a pretty good deal. But yes, was voted one of Yuma's best radio shows in a little bit amount of time. So yeah,
we can applaud that.
Yeah, and then I was also voted as one of Yuma's best radio personalities as well. So. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It was really cool, especially the show, because, like I said, the voting's in December, and we were only on air for a few months.
Right.
We started basically in July, and then in December. And I did not ask for one vote. I didn't go out doing that, and so we didn't campaign at all.
Okay.
And just want to say thank you guys, and I want to say thank you to all the crew over here.
Yes.
He said 25 years, I think.
Well, I've been at it for quite a while, but we've been doing
this
particular benefit concert for 23.
23.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
23. But how long have you been doing it?
About 30 years.
30
actually.
years.
Yeah.
My goodness. You've been doing it since you were 10. That's crazy.
That's right. Yeah.
He's 10 years old. He's like, I love Elvis. And then we're going to get to it. We're going to wrap up with it. But I just want to mention, you're here to promote Friday, March 13th. It's going to be Shake, Rattle, and Roll. It's the 23rd annual Rockin' Tribute to the King. And this is going to be a benefit to CASA, right?
Yes, it is.
So before we get to the king over here, Brooke, tell everybody a little bit about CASA and what CASA is all about.
Sure. CASA is not a house.
Nope.
It's a court of appointed special advocates. It helps kids that are in the foster care system.
Mm-hmm. So, and I've actually toured the facility, and I want to be a CASA. I want to be an advocate when I retire and get a little bit more time on my hands. So I know what you do, but explain to us why somebody in that system needs an advocate.
Sure. They're alone when they're given up. Unfortunately, they're just there they are. And so a CASA is a volunteer, And the volunteer will go to doctor's appointments, any kind of appointments, school, and then will report to the judge. And most cases go 2 years. So that way, the judge knows that the reporting is accurate and it's up to date, and what the kid really, really needs.
Yeah, and you say that because, I couldn't imagine being a youngster and having to go into court and try to voice what I need, right? It's hard for kids to do that anyway, and then to go into this setting to do that, that's very intimidating.
Right. And the CASA volunteer gets to know the children and can speak for them.
And you said get to know. Oh, go ahead.
Because in the adult world, it's different. They've been let down by adults. So it's a trusted figure where they can actually provide request the services that they really need, and go above and beyond for the children.
And you had mentioned to get to know the children in the system, like go out, take them even to the movies, correct? You could do stuff like that. Take them to the park. If they like sports, maybe baseball or something, put on a mitt and get the ball out there, get going with them, stuff like that, correct?
And that's where we come in.
Sorry, that most kids take for granted, that we all take that for granted. Those are experiences that we have had as children, and so this is an opportunity for these kids to have some normalcy in their lives as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And so to get a volunteer, is there a certain type of screening that goes on? Because you want to make sure you're working with stand-up people, correct?
Correct. There is an extensive background check, polygraph, a lot of training and continued training. But it's for the welfare of the kids of the Yuma, so it's worth it.
About how many kids do you serve in the system here in Yuma area?
There's a little less than 200, but we know that there's more. It's just who's been actually reported for the system.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you said there possibly more, but this is the ones. Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you're just pretty certain about it.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Because and I know because we get the numbers. I'm on the board side, but the nonprofit board side. But we do get numbers. And before COVID, the average was like 330 a month.
Wow.
And I've been very grieved by it because now we're about 145. 130 sometimes a month. So a lot of kids are.
Is it? Could you say is that falling through the cracks? Is that a term for it?
Falling through the cracks, and just a lot of homeschool opportunities now, or parents just not sending those kids to school. Period. I mean, so that's how a lot of them are found.
Yeah, and so I've had representatives of CASA on. We've mentioned that before. So explain to us the difference between the nonprofit side that you mentioned, the board side, and actual CASA. Let us know about that.
Right. The CASAs are advocates in the court system. They're court officers, even though they're volunteers. So we're the board, the nonprofit side, the 501c3. We are the ones that can do all the fundraising. So anyone actually can make a request for funds that's related within the system.
And so you have to raise money for this. So are you partially government funded or none?
Zero.
Zero. Okay. Yeah. So can you tell us, did you know like the history on how CASA got started?
Sure. It's a nationwide organization, with each state. And each state kind of decides how they're going to govern their state. But almost all the states now have CASA as an actual program. And most of them are in the, capitals.
Okay, so then how long has it been here? Do you know?
Over 30 years.
Over 30 years.
Yes.
And how long have you been a part of it?
23 years.
23. Was there something about CASA that drew your attention? That because you seem definitely very passionate about it. And when you mentioned grieved, I could tell on your face that's reality. So what was it that kind of, sparked that interest?
Yeah. Yes, I have a heart for the innocent, and being on the board, you asked me earlier about being on the board.
Yeah.
We don't background. When we get the requests, it may say an age of the student or person and gender, but that's it. Just kind of so we can go with our budget.
Yeah.
due to the fact that I haven't done the actual background and all that to be a CASA volunteer. The reason I'm not is that I would have a hard time with the adults that have let the children down, and for the whole reason why they're in the system in the first place. So this is my way of helping the children without having to
deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but where my office is right now for my company, next door is where the parents that have lost their kids meet with them for a certain amount of time.
Yes.
And I didn't know that when I moved into the office, but I'm sitting in my office trying to do work sometimes, and they're just like flooded with emotions and hearing the kids like, "I miss you, mommy," stuff like that, and hearing those. And it's just like, okay, I gotta focus, I gotta work, but it's like you can't help but kind of feel that, and it's like the innocent kids, they just come over. Some of the parents kind of bring in maybe something to play with, some toys, stuff like that, and then it's like, okay, I'll see you guys later, bye, and it's just like it's very crushing. So you felt that, and you're saying, I got to do something. I can't be this intimately involved, but I'm going to be somewhere, and I'm going to help.
Correct. Yes, we're going to fill in the gaps of the school uniforms. The toys that they don't get, because a lot of them they leave in a diaper or pajamas. That's it. 5 minutes, you got to go. And so we want to give back, and that's where the CASAs come in, or anyone who has some supervision over them.
Yes.
They can make the requests, because a lot of them are providing sports equipment and cleats. It's really giving them an opportunity to have the life that they deserve.
Right.
And yeah.
So are there community donations that come in, or how do you?
Yes, that's how it is.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about that. How does that work? So when you go out and you do like campaigns like this, do you also campaign for donations?
Yes, all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all the time. So then
we always want money.
Yeah. Well, you got to function. That's the way the world works. But but donations and stuff, like how do you do that?
Checks, cash.
But I'm saying things. You take like actual
like
items.
sports
Sorry,
equipment
I should be specific.
Yeah.
Yes, we sometimes we do. The problem is that we don't have an office, and since we work with the CASA office and DCS, sometimes we are in conjunction with them because they have the actual space to store the items. And then we help kind of distribute them. But that's why we have the request system and the board votes on it by our budget, and then we give checks, for the purchases.
Okay, so that makes sense then.
Yeah.
So then you said the CASA, the advocate could say, hey, Joey needs this or Christina needs these things, and then they bring it and then say, okay, we do have a budget because of the donations from the community.
Correct.
We could provide some of these things.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, during sports seasons, we have bought a ton of sports for football cleats, basketballs, shin guards, uniforms. It's very expensive. And, nowadays a lot of, it's called kinship placement. It's not traditional foster care. Kinship placement is where a family member or a friend or an auntie or someone is asked to take the kids in. They do a slight background check to make sure, everything is okay, but it's not the real traditional foster care system training that you hear about. And nowadays, that's what is becoming the norm.
And so is that I think I heard that's the preferred thing if a kin could take them in.
Yes.
Is that why?
Yes, but the kinship are not financially helped as much at all, really.
Really?
Yes.
So,
eventually they can get some funding, but at the very beginning, because they haven't gone through the classes, they haven't done the home study, they haven't done the traditional foster care system setup. So we help a lot of them now.
So how many CASA advocates are there? You mentioned how many kids are in the system. Is there like one for every kid? Or what? And I know the answer, but go ahead.
Like 34.
Yeah, about 34.
Okay.
And that many kids. And so, definitely something that we need to be able to get out there. So if anybody's listening, right, then this is passionate about it just like you, how do they volunteer? How do they go through that process and get started?
They can contact the CASA office at 314-13 or 1830.
So they just call and say, like, I heard it on the show. This is something I'm passionate about. Or maybe I didn't even know I was passionate about it until I heard this.
Correct.
And then you could get them as involved and start pulling on that thread to get them through, you said, a polygraph, stuff like that, the background checks, which is definitely important if you're going to be around kids.
Yes. Yeah. And there's some training and ongoing training. So
can you tell us a little bit about the training? Like, what is that like? Because I know you got to go before a judge. You got to speak. Right. So you probably have to know how to approach the judge and handle those things and fill out paperwork. It's very important. Tell us about that.
Yeah. And don't be intimidated by the paperwork, because there are other CASAs that will help you. So a lot of them, they'll come in, they'll just be like, no, I don't like speaking. I don't like writing, but everyone has the heart for it, and there'll be someone who will come along and help you, because they do proofread them, before and everything. So.
All right. So, we're going to take a break. I just wanted to provide some context, and then we're going to find out how Scott got involved with all of this. And he's also going to play some music. Yeah, that guitar is not just here for props. Music is going to be coming out. So we're going to do that after a quick break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
KOFA Border Radio doesn't sound like any other radio station in Yuma. We are a non-commercial source for music from around the world, across the decades, and local artists. Our hosts are volunteers. If you would like to get involved, send an email to music@borderradioaz.org.
If you're not going to be at your radio, you can still listen to your favorite programs. Download the KAWC KOFA app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Stream us online at kawc.org or borderradioaz.org, or ask your smart device to play KAWC or KOFA.
You're tuned to 94.7 FM, KOFA Border Radio. The weather forecast for Yuma today is sunny and breezy with the high near 96 and winds that could gust as high as 20 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 63. Arizona Attorney General Chris Mace says a former Town of Parker employee has been sentenced to prison for defrauding the municipality of nearly $200,000. For more details, visit kawc.org/news. Stay tuned to 94.7 FM, KOFA Border Radio.
This is folk singer Michael Jonathan. Join us on Wood Songs this week from Taos, New Mexico songwriter Max Gomez and Michigan-based road warrior Jesse Adams. Both artists, music, and conversation, plus an amazing Wood Songs kid on this week's broadcast of the Wood Songs Old Time Radio Hour.
Tuesday evening at 7 on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
One Book Yuma will present and host 2 discussions of the poetry of AWC professors Arturo Magana and Sugar LaFay on March 2nd. The public literary events will take place at 2 o'clock in the MAC Lecture Hall on the AWC Yuma campus and at 5:30 at the Yuma Main Library. More information at 928-782-1871.
Run by music lovers like yourselves, KOFA Border Radio has what you need. A non-commercial home filled with music heard from all over the world. Tune in at 94.7 FM, 1320 AM on the KOFA app or at borderradioaz.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here with Brooke and Scott, and now we're going to get to Scott over here. And Scott, so how'd you get involved originally with CASA?
Well, and I have to tell you that I am so proud and honored to be a part of this. Mm-hmm. As Brooke, explained, really what CASA is about. They really do rely on the community for funding, and so that's where I come in. That of course, the real heroes in this are the people who are out in the field, helping these kids directly. Mm-hmm. But it feels very good for us to be helping in our way by doing a concert where people can buy a ticket and that money goes directly to the CASA program. And so, you know, we're Elvis fans. We love that, celebrating that great music, and so it's just really a fun way to raise revenue for the CASA program.
Do you remember how you first found out about CASA at all?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. I met my wife here in Yuma.
Yeah,
many years ago,
you mentioned that
30 years ago, and I was 10.
Yeah, when you were
Then, too.
10, that was crazy, but you did it. But you find love, you find love.
Yeah, love is love.
Sure. And one of her dear my wife is a nurse, and she worked at Yuma Regional.
Okay.
With our good friend Liz Jones, who also is involved with Yuma Regional, and she was involved with the CASA program. So it was her idea, and I always credit her for that she thought it would be fun to do a one-off concert to raise money for CASA, and that one-off turned into 23 years later.
23 years later. And so I want to get some background. You said you're originally from Idaho, you said,
Yes.
right? So Idaho. How does one become an Elvis tribute? And I'm not going to say impersonator, but I said it. So I can, yeah, singer.
Tribute act.
Tribute act. There you go. That's better.
I really...
Did you like wake up and like, I kind of look like this guy and I like the music, or like, how does that happen?
I'm sure that every individual story is different.
Okay. What was yours?
In the early 80s, when rockabilly music made a resurgence, there was a big revival in interest in rockabilly music, thanks to the Stray Cats and bands like that.
Yeah, Stray Cats, love them.
And absolutely. And I always liked 50s and 60s music, but it was around that time where I kind of revisited all that. And when you revisit that music, of course, you want to know what those guys, like the Stray Cats, what were they who are they listening to?
Who influenced them?
So yes, all roads lead back to the King.
The King, there it is, yeah.
And around that time, I played in a lot of different bands, and I had the spiked up the mullet and the Captain Kirk sideburns. And,
okay.
But as I got more interested in rockabilly music and 50s music, I changed the do.
Okay, so what music were you doing at that point?
The contemporary stuff.
Okay.
In the early to mid 80s.
Okay.
The music that was popular at the time.
Okay.
The new wave.
Oh, so you were even doing new wave?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, very cool.
All the above.
Yeah. I'm a huge new wave guy too. So anyway, but all right,
above.
yeah.
But anyway, so when I changed the hairdo and grew out the sideburns a little bit, people said, did anybody ever mention that you kind of look like the guy a little bit?
There it is.
Anyway, that sort of planted the seed. But fast forward, I really am an Elvis fan, and I learned a lot about Elvis and listened to his music a lot. But fast forward, moving to L.A. in 1990.
Okay, 1990. I don't want you to fast forward too much. I'm very interested. This is really cool.
All right.
So but you do it. You grow out the thing.
Yeah.
You start doing the music right away, or
just a little bit.
Okay, a little bit. Okay.
With other music, I've always been a musician.
Gotcha.
And that's my true love. But
so when you're in LA now, do you come with the sideburns? You got the whole thing going on?
And this is the 50s stuff. Just
50s
the
stuff.
look.
Okay.
But I quickly learned that the cost of living in Los Angeles is significantly different than the cost of living in Moscow, Idaho. And so I needed to come up with ways to supplement what little income there was. And so I tell people that it's amazing how creative you can get when you're starving. And that's kind of where that started.
Gotcha.
And
starving artist over there.
Yes.
You're trying to pay the bills, keep the electricity on.
Yes.
You're following your dream. You love music. And you say, okay, this is... So what was it
this
like?
This might be one way to do it. And that is really how it started.
And obviously, you've been doing it for quite some time. You're successful in it. But like, what was it like that first thing? So how do you get gigs in that, right? You kind of show up with the outfit and you're like, hey, I can play at your club.
Maybe down in Hollywood.
Or you just stand outside?
I know we're limited on time here.
I'm going to keep you for longer.
But I actually, it was one of the scariest things I'd ever done. I made up little business cards at Kinko's, and I went to the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica in front of a vintage clothing store where I had bought a lot of my cool groovy vintage stuff. Asked them if they wouldn't mind if I just was a street musician for a minute. It was kind of scary, but I just sang Elvis songs out in front of that store on 3rd Street Promenade and handed out business cards. And work opportunities came in.
So they found
from the
you.
business card.
You build it, and they will come. There you go. All right.
And yes, and of course, with each gig opportunity led to another. And then, as I mentioned to you off the air, Mark and Brian, they were hugely popular.
Yeah, you showed up to
KLOS.
Yeah, KLOS.
They're big Elvis fans. They talked about Elvis all the time.
And you really just showed up?
I showed up. I'd been thinking about it for a while.
I love this.
But
This is great. I love radio, so this is an awesome story. Go ahead.
Around the anniversary of Elvis's passing, I did get up the courage to get all gussied up with my guitar and show up at KLOS. And as I'm driving there, I'm still thinking, what am I doing? What am I doing?
Yeah.
And they were arguing about a particular lyric of a song. And I thought, okay, that's perfect. That's what I'm going to do.
That's your entry.
Yeah. So I show up at KLOS. I go to the guard shack and I say, I'm here to see Mark and Brian. And the guard calls Mark and Brian and he said, Elvis is here to see you. He wanted to clear up something you were arguing about. And they said, well, you better send him in.
Wow.
And I spent the morning with him and we had a blast talking about Elvis and singing songs. And at the end of the broadcast, the station manager said, hey, good for you, man. That was fun. Do you have any idea how many people heard you this morning? And, and I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
But the other part about that was all of my roommates who had regular jobs, they listened to KLOS. I didn't tell any of them that I was going to do this. And when I got back to our house, a roommate called to say, wow, that's crazy. And by the way, Mark announced our home phone on the air. But the answering machine's broken. You might be getting some calls. And the reason why the answering machine was broken was because the tape was full. And there were all kinds of opportunities that came from that. And it changed the course of my life.
That's great.
Yeah, you took a chance on yourself. You went in there, you found your in like that, and you went in, hey guys, I'm here. And then, the rest is history, you would say, right?
Absolutely. And I kept in touch with Mark and Brian. I was on their show. I became a regular on their show.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
We're good pals, and it's such a blast. But so then, getting back to why I am here now is it's fun to share some of the goodness. If we all could just help each other, that the world would be a better place. And it sure is fun to do my little part of that. And
yeah, so and I just want to mention, do you tour like kind of all year long, place to place? And this is your time with us? Okay.
Absolutely. And every time the phone rings, I am so grateful that this is my job. I love my job, and I play with a great group of guys who love and care about the quality of the musicianship and the quality and authenticity of the music. So we have a high-octane rockin' show, and we travel all over the U.S. We play in performing arts centers, casinos, summer concerts. We played at Disneyland for 20 years on a regular basis.
Oh, wow.
And in my travels, I just appreciate that Elvis's music, he is musically alive and well. People know and love his music.
It's timeless.
Yeah, it's timeless. It definitely is. Yeah.
All ages.
And all ages. That is a very important thing. Very few artists have a multi-generational appeal like Elvis. And this music can be celebrated by entire families. And that's really great fun. I can assure you that the music that I listened to and the music that my parents listened to when I was a kid were two very distinctly different things. And it's really cool that Elvis can be enjoyed by families. And And families come to see us when we're in Yuma.
Yes, absolutely. And that's going to be March 13th, Friday, and it's going to be at 7 p.m. And the information to get a hold of those tickets is 314-1830, or you're going to be at the Civic Center. That's 373-5040. You could call either of those to figure out how you're going to get tickets. But so he brought the guitar, so we're going to get some music going on right now.
Well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I met you like a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends say I'm acting wild as a bug. I'm in love. Help me out.
All shook up.
Ooh, yeah. I'm all shook up.
Okay, let's do some more. Keep it going. Let's go. Hey, this is a live show. We got it. I want some more.
Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Just a little snippet for you.
No, we want more. And one more snippet. We got time for one more snippet. Where my producer over there said,
"Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will."
All right, Elvis is in the building. Thank you
very much.
I'm so glad you brought that guitar, man. Thank you so much. And with that, yes, we got to take a break, and we'll be back with Margarita. She's going to be performing tonight as part of the Paranormal Cirque. Yes, it's happening tonight, and I got some tickets to give away for that as well. So stay with us right after this break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here at 94.7 KOFA Border Radio. Yeah, he's leaving, sadly enough. Thank you very much. That's my impression. That was me.
Elvis has left the business.
Tuned in to Border Radio KOFA. We are your local public radio station that celebrates the power of music to bring people together. You can see our playlists, listen to our live stream, and listen to past programs on demand on the COFA app. Find it at your favorite app store.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, crafted in Welton, inspired by the desert, offering scratch-made food, handcrafted beers, live music, and experiences like farm tours and glamping. Location information, the schedule of events, and details on the range of options to be enjoyed are at hightanks.com.
This week on the Retro Cocktail Hour, we'll hear the mambo beat of Tito Puente, private eye jazz from a 50s film noir, and the exotic sounds of Arthur Lyman. I'm Darrell Brogdon. Why not join me where the music's shaken, not stirred? The Retro Cocktail Hour.
Saturday evening from 7 to 9 on Border Radio KOFA.
For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Victor Calderon. Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs was in Yuma on Thursday. She gave a version of her State of the State address with a focus on projects and bills that she says will benefit Arizonans in Yuma and La Paz counties. Governor Hobbs highlighted projects here that she's worked on, including adding broadband for ag technology in Yuma, the Future 48 Workforce Accelerator in Welton, and an active management area to protect water resources in La Paz County.
Number one, that I'm really proud of the progress we've made together, but there's more to do, and I'm ready to continue working to deliver for Arizonans, particularly in our rural communities around the state.
Hobbs is running for re-election in the fall with a focus on affordability for all Arizonans. Stay tuned to KAWC for much more from Governor Hobbs' State of the State address in Yuma. For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Victor Calderon.
Caballeros de Yuma presents Midnight at the Oasis, March 6th through the 8th at Desert Sun Stadium. Yuma's signature celebration of classic cars, the event features vintage and custom vehicles, live rock and roll concerts, food vendors, and family activities. Proceeds support local programs and scholarships. More at caballeros.org.
Welcome to KAWC's The Hotspot.
I'm Chloe Michael.
And I'm Maya Manry. This week, in honor of Cupid's Day, we explore love in Yuma, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the anti.
from drag to music to burlesque, and I wanted to bring that to Yuma. I thought it'd be something special.
The show is available as a podcast or online at kawc.org under the shows tab.
Bringing the heat to Yuma and La Paz. It's the Hotspot.
I'm Mike Suba, and I'm a big supporter of KAWC. You're getting a great source of information about our community, about the people that are working and living here, and you start going, you know what, this is really a valued service. And that's the great thing, is you've got a partnership here. And I'm a big believer in partnerships because the one thing I realized early on in life, I can maybe do a lot of stuff on a very limited basis, but when I start partnering up, it's amazing what we can do when we pool our resources. And so I hope that when people are listening to the station, enjoying the news broadcasts and the entertainment shows that are being presented, that they realize that you're not only the end user and enjoying what's being broadcast to you, but it can be a partnership too, where you can participate like I've discovered I can do and help get this service, enhance it, and provide even better programming. I'm Mike Suba, and I support KAWC.
This is Border Radio, KOFA, your passport to your global destination for music. We are your local public broadcasting station that can be heard through your radio at 94.7 FM, 1320 AM, on the COFA app, and at borderradioaz.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by Margarita. And did you get how to pronounce her last name?
Denysova?
Yes.
Denysova.
Okay.
And
Right.
let's get real close to that mic if you can. Scoot up into that. And let me do that. There you go. You know, don't be nervous. You're used to performing because you're going to be performing tonight, part of the Paranormal Cirque, okay? And we're going to find out, and we're going to get to the bottom of it on this show. How'd you get started in it? So when you were a young girl, you're from Ukraine, correct?
Yes.
Were you always into like gymnastic stuff? Were you into that kind of stuff? Or what was it that drew you to it?
Yes, my
Or is
dad saw in me talent, I guess, from the youngest ages. So at the age of 4, I already began performing kind of as a dancer a little bit.
You're performing at 4? A little bit?
Yeah, like for the family, you know.
For the family? Oh, you get in front
kindergarten,
of the family.
my kindergarten would specialize a little bit on dancing.
Uh-huh.
So I even have a picture where I'm 4 years old already standing in the position with the teacher already trying to do something cool.
Yeah. So 4 years old, you got the position. You're kind of drawn to it. Was it something like you watched on TV, or you said like part of your school there was a lot of performances?
Yeah, there was in kindergarten specializing on dancing. I guess it was like more for the girls to standing right, like, and just keep the muscles child working and like something to teach kids.
Yeah, I wish they would have teach that here in America. I always look at when I see, like, okay, stand up straight, Johnny. You're slouching again. And you have very good posture, by the way. You're doing great over here. So your teachers did good. So you're 4 years old. You're performing for the family. You're doing stuff like that. Then how do you get into it? Did you start taking more classes or something?
Yeah, it's always been dancing. It's always been something like a theater until 11 and a half years old. So it's always been like not seriously, it was just dancing. And my dad thought that I'm not such a good at school. So my friend was going in the circus school and he was like, okay, maybe you can try the circus.
So hold on, wait a minute. You said circus school.
Yeah, we have a circus school.
Okay, so okay. I got the Ukraine part. So what, like, how does that work? Is there a state, a city? Where are you from in Ukraine?
I'm in the capital, Kiev, but we have different cities that have circus schools.
Okay, and so that's just a thing over there, a circus school.
Yeah, same as music school.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're in band or something like that, same type of thing. So there's circus school, and it's like, okay, the academic stuff, maybe not so much. We're in the same boat on that. Like, I was horrible academically, and that's why I do radio now, because I talk, and I don't have to do any math, and we actually forbid math on this show. But so you said, so your friend was going into the circus school?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've been playing with her. She teach me some duo stuff, like little one. And I escaped from school and I went with her to the circus school to see what's going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
My parents didn't know, but then I told them like
They
I
didn't
went to the
know.
circus
They
didn't know.
school.
Oh, they didn't know. So what is that? Like you said, escape. Was you ditched school? You're like you didn't go that day, and then you went over to circus school, or how did
After school, we were having like a
after school? Okay.
Yeah, like you still can be in school and study as your parents are at work, and you have this time. So basically, I escaped from that part of the.
Yeah. Okay. So you
lesson.
left that part.
Yeah.
So what was it like when you first went into the circus school?
Well, I saw the girls were jumping, acrobatic, and I saw the girls were doing unicycles on the one-wheel bicycle, and I was like, wow.
And that hooked you.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing classes of the dances, and over there they try not teach us acrobatic, but it wasn't that correct. Then I saw them progress and doing those jumps, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do it too.
So you mentioned, so I get the unicycle thing, but what was so special about the jumps that they were doing? Why the jumps?
Because it was so cool. They do rondat flag and salto, and I was like, I want to also do that.
Yeah, you want to figure out how you could do that.
Yeah, because I like to dance. I like to be on stage.
You liked it? Okay.
But then I saw the people doing much more cool stuff, and I was like, I want to learn how to do cool stuff too.
So you're in there, and you it sounds like you got hooked, or at that point, and then you went back home and told your parents, or how'd that go?
Yeah, I told my parents, and it still took them time to bring me there. They were like,
They might have heard like circus school. Like, is that for clowns or what's
sure
that? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, I wasn't really good studying school. And my dad like, we need to do something about it because you're gonna sell banana.
Yeah, you don't want to sell bananas.
No.
So, and then they finally agreed.
Yeah, they brought me there to the circus school. It's like, it's also cost money.
Yeah.
You know, it's not for free, but my parents was able to arrange it. So I started to study there, and it was from 12 to 14 because at 14 years old, I was supposed to go to college.
Okay, so 12 to 14, and at 14 you said you're supposed to go to college?
Yeah.
Wow, that's it seems early, but
college or like high school?
No, it's a college.
Oh, college. Okay.
We have college in Ukraine. That,
Okay. At 14.
at that young.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start them early.
And so then so what happened at that time then?
So basically, we finished 9 classes of school at 14.
Okay.
And in college, they give us opportunity to finish 11 classes. We just going to study circus art in the morning. Then we go to academy to start study like circus art, pantomime, dancing. And then we go to the night school. And we continue study like school, but in the night time.
Okay, that sounds like a big commitment and intense.
3 years.
Okay.
And so, are you okay? You know, I watch it. It seems dangerous, so that's what I want to talk about real quick. So, are you getting like kind of bruised up a little bit and banged up trying to do these things? She's shaking her head. If you're on radio, you can't, but if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, you're seeing she's saying yes, absolutely. So how did you learn to endure that?
Well, basically, when I start to go on unicycle, you eventually just falling. And basically,
I've
that's
tried
how
it
you learn
once.
to fall.
Yes, I've tried it.
You got to learn to fall to know how to stay upright.
Have you been on a unicycle?
No, I have not. I've been on a bicycle, and that's hard enough sometimes.
That's difficult. I've been on a unicycle. My cousin had one, and he was actually got pretty good at it. I tried it a few times and fell, and I said, I don't like to fall. But you said, I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to do this.
Yeah, it was tough.
But how did you get the mindset in order to say, I'm going to stick this through?
There was no other way.
There's no other way.
Yep, there's only 2 years that I can grow, do something, and then study in college. Or I'm just gonna continue to do school and not go and study in college. I don't know how the career may be laid down. So I really need to like hurry and learn stuff in 2 years.
Yeah. So then you just bandage yourself up. You just deal with the bruises. You say, okay, this is my pathway. I don't have another choice. I don't want to go that way. I'm going to do this. And then did things start to click? And when did that happen? When it started like, oh, I'm getting pretty good at this now.
I guess when I went to college.
Went to
because
college.
yeah, in that time they were looking for the students that come to like just to see what they're doing, and the college was like really pushing me as well, because we have 3 years, so we have kind of competitions, but it's like a lesson where you see how everybody doing. So everybody's just looking at your act, and you're kind of performing for everybody. It's very quiet. It's very...
a lot of pressure?
Yeah, it's the most pressurable thing ever, because nobody clap. It's just quietness, and you just
tough
do your
room.
routine.
Sounds like a tough room.
Yep.
I hate when people don't clap. Like I want people to clap for me all the time.
Because you're like, was I bad? Was I good?
Right? That's what you think, because you want that response.
Yeah.
You want that response. And so they don't do that. You're under this pressure. And now, did you have to develop your own act? Is that what you're doing? Like something you present?
We have teachers. We have people who work with you. And then when you study for 2 years, the last year given to you to find the people, person, basically, producer, that's going to build your act, that's going to help you to finish study with your act. So basically 3 years given it to you. So you grab as much as you can from all the industry, pantomime, acting, speaking, everything. And you build the act, and this is how you graduate it with your act.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to find out what was it like when you first joined an actual event that travels, like the one that's going to be performing tonight, the Paranormal Cirque. We're going to do that right after a break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Turn on Border Radio KOFA 94.7 FM and cross musical borders every day. From new indie discoveries to timeless classics, listener-supported Border Radio brings you music you won't hear anywhere else. Live, local, and online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app.
The KAWC Student Newsroom is funded by the Local News Initiative at the Community Foundation for Southern Arizona, the Scripps Howard Fund, and by generous local support. Thank you for supporting the next generation of public media. Learn more about the project and hear stories from emerging journalists at kawc.org/student newsroom.
On this week's episode of Arizona Edition, State Schools Chief Tom Horn was in Yuma on Wednesday. He visited Desert View Academy to recognize students' academic achievement.
It's a school with a terrific atmosphere, wonderful teachers, and great leadership.
And Governor Katie Hobbs is in Yuma Thursday. We'll recap her State of the State address to locals. Those stories and more on Arizona Edition, Saturday morning at 10 on KOFA 94.7 FM Border Radio.
The weather forecast for Yuma today is sunny and breezy with the high near 96, gust to size 20 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with the low around 63. Sunny in Flagstaff with the high near 69 and a southwest wind around 5 to 8 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight with the low around 35. In Kingman, sunny with the high near 80, gust to size 21 miles per hour. Partly cloudy this evening with the low around 55. And sunny in Prescott with the high near 77. Partly cloudy tonight with the low around 45.
You may have heard that prices for used vehicles are up. That car you've thought about donating to KAWC and Border Radio, it could be worth even more today than when you first started thinking about it. To learn how to get the process started, visit kawc.org/cars. Proceeds help us bring this service to you. Thanks.
Why is music an important part of your life? For many of us, music lets us see the world from someone else's perspective. We can find community in hearing someone else's joy, sorrow, or hope expressed in song or melody. KOFA Border Radio is your local, non-commercial source for great music.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here speaking with Margarita. She came all the way from the Ukraine just to be with us today, and
by way of Las Vegas, or somewhere else, wherever the last tour stop on this, was.
And she's also here because she's going to be performing tonight at the Paranormal Cirque. The voodoo is the theme for tonight. But I want to get back to the story. So you do your college, you do your time in the schooling. then you have to join an organization. You got to like try out. What is that like?
Well, I chose the right producer, I guess, because the lady that I chose, she's been doing show for different circuses, and my first show was in Monte Carlo. It's the greatest festival, the hugest festival,
the biggest one. Right out of the jump, you found the right
Right
person.
after the college, I went straight to the most important thing in the circus career, and the whole people
Wow.
they just dream about to be in Monte Carlo, and I just
Okay.
went there in my age of 18.
You're
just finished college.
18. You're on this huge world circuit, right? This is it. This is the place to be. You're saying, what was that like for you?
Scary.
Scary.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. I think it was fun, but the pressure that they put on you, it's too much. No, especially, I don't know if you heard about in Ukraine and Slavic nations, they study and they're very strict with you. You know? It's not like you're having fun.
Yeah.
You think what you do.
It's a job. It's a job, and you're a kid.
Yeah. So you're
a young woman at that point.
You said very strict. You're doing it. You're on this stage. But was there anything like enjoyable about it? Like knowing that you're actually on the stage, or was it because like it was so strict, it was difficult to enjoy?
No, it was fun. It was a time to enjoy. And plus, I was doing a unicycle over there. It's my like special routine that I learned first, and I was like in the middle. The camera catch me very good, so it was good for my career.
Oh, so you kind of got that spotlight. You said the camera focused in on you really good. So you got like a highlight reel. You were able to, hey, look what I could do.
Yeah, that actually helps me a lot because nobody from the girls were doing unicycle as much as I, and it's helped me to get the next contract in America. And that's how I come in America and work in Circus Hermanos Vasquez for 3 years after Monte Carlo.
Okay, so Hermanos Vasquez, that's the tour. That's another touring show, and they may have come to Yuma. I don't know if they came to Yuma, but probably Arizona at all? No.
Okay.
They're on the East Coast.
They're on the East Coast. So you're doing that. So how did you end up with the paranormal stuff? Do you like that? Is that something that interests you as well, or is it just because that was the next circus?
It was because of the circus. It's like the company of the circus, traveling circus, that I already understand how it works. And I didn't begin with Paranormal Cirque. I began with Water Show.
Water Show?
Company, yeah. We have different shows. We have show for kids and for adults.
Okay, so what is a water show? Like people like splash you with water? There's like a pool right there. You got a unicycle and a pool,
and you got a
what is that?
We have a water stage, and the stage able to go up, and the water go from the top, from the bottom. We have still piece of stage on the bottom, so we can perform on the bottom. We can put the stage down and perform on the whole stage. So I was doing that for a year or two.
What was it like to be with the water? What was that experience like? Did you like it, or was that too scary?
Yeah, I do.
Liked it?
I wasn't working with the water. My unicycle is not prepared for the water.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. But I know, so you do stuff with hula hoops. You do other stuff. I looked on your page, so there's other things that you do.
You mentioned a Vegas show. Something you do in Vegas?
So I also learned how to do aerial stuff, and I've got to perform duo on the straps with Paranormal, with Cirque Italia company. And then I want to try something else, and I went to Paranormal Cirque.
Gotcha. So then at this time you said unicycle is your main gig, and you're learning other things. What's the second thing that you like? What's the other, would you like to perform, or you think you're really good at, or all of the above?
Yeah, I like to perform everything. Currently I'm having 2 acts. It's hula hoops and unicycle, but I also have aerial acts a lot. And I also work in Las Vegas, completely different things for me. It's not like my main thing to do. It was like handstand with the water cup, martini cup it's called.
Okay.
So it was kind of like Margarita and martini cup.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then a little bit of a connection there.
Put that on a poster.
Yeah. So you mentioned Vegas, and Victor asked you off air, where do you kind of spend some time? Where can you call home? You're obviously traveling a lot, but off air, you said you were part of the sexiest show in Vegas.
Yeah, I was in Rouge.
Rouge.
Yeah, it's in a strap hotel. the tallest building in
The
Las Vegas.
The
yes.
the stratosphere.
Stratosphere.
So that's the big one on the end, the south end.
Oh,
or
wow.
the north end, I
so
guess.
you're in the biggest place in Vegas and the sexiest show. Like, would you something you had to try out for as well? Like, or did they find you, or how does that happen?
I guess because I got famous on my social media.
Mm-hmm.
The act that I'm doing it's called Blind Act. It got 14 million views on Facebook and on Twitter, I think 12 million. And plus, I'm not. I'm a good circus performer. You know, like I got skills. I've got college, and then I send them my information that I would like to work with them. They actually was looking for someone that can replace the girl that was working there. So that's how I got the job, and I learned completely different routine for myself to perform over there.
Okay, so you're doing that. So how long have you been with this particular company again?
Cirque Italia, total, I think it's already 4 years.
4 years, and you travel all over the United States. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I've been everywhere in East Coast. Now I'm in West Coast. Our next stop's gonna be in California. I never been there. So
you haven't been to Cali? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where Victor's from.
I'm from there, yeah. So you'll love it. And so, what should people know about the show? Like, what can you tell the audience? What they can expect from the Voodoo show?
It's going to be spooky, scary, and it's going to be acrobatic, all of the circus stuff, but it's going to be having a horror twist.
Yeah.
Halloween never stop over there.
Okay. Yeah, I watched the video to do some research on this, and it looked like Cirque du Soleil, but also like a haunted house, like if you combine the two in a good way.
Yeah, basically it's not like a traditional performances. It's a little bit more dark, and you can hear that music, not like traditional.
Yeah.
A little more dark.
Spooky music, stuff like that. Now, do you get in like a makeup? Are you going to be wearing the full makeup tonight, like something spooky, or is that not part of your show?
Or can you tell us?
Or can you tell us? Yeah.
We don't wear like very scary makeup. It's not like
because it's an all ages show, right? It's for all ages.
No, I don't think it is.
Or it's
no,
for
it's not.
13 and up.
Yeah,
13 and up. Okay.
Yeah.
There's
13
like
up.
PG-13.
Yeah, PG-13. There you go. Just think of it, PG-13.
Yeah.
Because we have dirty jokes and coming up dancing.
Yeah. Well, good to know.
Yeah, we can't tell any of the dirty jokes on this one, unfortunately. But no,
we'll keep it clean.
We'll do
clean,
that,
Johnny.
and so, do you enjoy the paranormal stuff? Do you enjoy this part of it?
Yeah, I'm glad to be part of this company for that long, and hopefully I can be doing my circus a little bit longer with this.
Oh, so you said a little bit longer. Is there something you want to do after this? Like you don't obviously want to be in the circus forever. What do you mean?
I would love to, but the body is getting tired of it.
Maybe in Las Vegas, right? Because it's the entertainment capital of the world. So there's plenty of opportunities. You have one opportunity now. You might get something later if that's how your career goes.
Yeah, we'll see. If this company will let me to go somewhere else.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see about that. So tell everybody, but when and where tonight? Do you remember that?
Yes, we are having our opening night tonight at 7:30.
Arizona Marketplace. It's going to be tonight. I reached out to the company, and I was lucky enough to give away some tickets. So shout out to B-Boy. I think he's Dizzy. B-Boy Dizzy. He won on the Instagram
That's
account.
not his legal name.
Yeah, not his legal name. But everybody has like an Instagram handle and stuff like that. Yeah, different ones. And speaking about that, if somebody wants to maybe see some of the things you do, would you mind giving out your Instagram handle? How do people can find you on there and see some of your act?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, what is it? Your Instagram? How do people find you?
Margarita as a pizza or drink.
Yeah.
And it's Denysova, Denysova.
All right. And so they can see a little bit of behind the scenes, kind of what you got going on over there. Anything you're excited about tonight for this performance here in Yuma?
Yeah, always excited to work for different people, different states. It's always different reaction. I hope we're going to have a loud crowd tonight.
A loud crowd. Okay, I'm going to be there tonight, so I'm going to scream out your name. It's like, I know her.
Yeah.
We're friends now. Look at her. And then
you don't want to embarrass her,
No,
dude.
I'm not going to embarrass you.
You'll be like, oh, that guy.
Yeah, I'm not going to embarrass you too much. A little bit, but I'm
like a proud older brother.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll be your support.
So
your cheering section.
Before we go to the end, You said you East Coast, West Coast. Have you found a favorite place that you like to be here in the United States yet?
Lately, we've been crossing Arizona, and I was like, "Damn, this is such a nice state to be and live." I like the cactuses.
Come on, Johnny. West Coast is the best coast. You know this.
That was the right answer. That was the right answer, everybody. She said the West Coast is the best coast. She loves Arizona. We're full of cactuses here, so maybe she retires here and does something. I don't know. So thank you so much for everything. And tonight, that's going to be tonight, Arizona Marketplace. They're going to be debuting 7:30. And with that, What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. Want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, Anthony Arnales, Juan Garcia, and Dave Reek.
You can find out more about KOFA at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. Stay tuned for KOFA's Midday Music.
And on Monday's show, we are going to have representatives from Saddles of Joy. They're going to be joining us, so you're going to want to find out more about them.
And you can listen to the podcast version of our program and check out past episodes anytime at kawc.org/podcast/whatsupyumaradio.
All right. If I get another ticket, Victor, you want to go check it out tonight?
We'll see. Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty excited. I interviewed another gentleman that was part of the Cirque about 2 years ago, and I didn't get to make it. But I'm going to be there tonight, and I'm going to see you on your unicycle and with the hula hoop.
Awesome.
Yay.
All right.
Check it out,
guys.
y'all.
We'll see you Monday.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Thanks for listening to KOFA Yuma, whether it is on the radio at 94.7 FM or 1320 AM, or on your smartphone with the KOFA app, or on your computer at kawc.org. We are glad you have chosen us.
The Yuma County Library District provides activities and resources at its branches for people of all ages. Events include story time, citizenship classes, bilingual programs, crafts, author talks, and more. For more information about the activities and calendar of events, plus other in-person and online resources, visit yumalibrary.org.
BBC News with Sue Montgomery.